B. Neal winning today, 2 minutes and 28 seconds. I think that may have had something to do with the frustrations of Walker Fowler. But again, Specialized Race Recap, Walker Fowler getting credited with the whole shot award, and then Bryson Neal, the number one, gets out in front. And man, Johnny just never really looked back today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, once he got to the lead, at this point, 9 miles in lap 1, it was still Fowler leading the way. Even here at 11, right after this is where things went sideways. Fowler saying there was a mud hole, didn't really know which line to take, and then this is where the race shifted. Bryson Neal got through there cleanly, Walker Fowler gets stuck, and at that point, you can't give the Bidwell Bullet anything. You know he's that good, he's on top of his game, he's locked in, and he just started to absolutely put on a clinic here in the woods of Talladega Superspeedway, just hitting his marks all day long, intensity at an all-time high. The battle here over the final podium position, Merritt trying to go around the outside, Hunter Hart just absolutely slamming the door shut, and a lot of contact between those two, but good, hard racing, working their way through. Merritt ultimately able to get around Hart, putting on a charge and trying to track down Walker Fowler. Didn't look like it was going to happen there for a while, but he just kept charging. And then there was this, well, I guess this was back to the front. Bryson Neal still out front. You can see just moving that body all around, doing everything he can to get every inch of speed out of that machine, pushing the pace and continuing to open up the gap more and more. You see Walker Fowler coming in, contact for about the third or fourth time between those two. Hard racing. Bryson Neal coming to the finish. This was towards the end there, nodding, saying, yep, I got this one handled. Lap rider saying, I don't want to do another lap.
Nope.
Bryson Neal, little wheelie across the finish line, and the Bidwell Bullet takes his second win of the season on that Phoenix Racing Yamaha.
Boy, just an enormous congratulations to Bryson Neal, the first ever. And how about this? This was, Josh Merritt and Walker Fowler. And look at this, a little love tap right there by Fowler, and Fowler able to get him.
You can see kind of waving to the fans on his way through there. Josh Merritt having to pull a tear off. Maybe the contact knocked some sweat up into his goggles. Those two hugging it out, high fives, and saying, okay, we did battle today. 3 weeks, we're going to do it again in the sands of Camp Coker. And then this battle, there was just battles everywhere. John Glaude Jr., Wyatt Wilkin trying to go slideways around the outside. You can see that rear number plate hanging down, likely from contact. These guys, very good friends off the track. But when you're on the track, you got to do what you got to do to get it done. Man, and they were pushing the pace. That was a battle inside the top 10 as well. You see those guys coming across in 6th and 7th place as they get around Stephen Harrell late in the race.
We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but man, the battle, as we look at the top 10, between the Gator, Adam McGill, and Chris Borich, that was kicking it old school. It's fun to watch those guys going back and forth, and they will round out your top 10.
And a big shout out to Brandon Owens as well there.
Yes.
A big solid ride for
very
him
good
there
point.
in the number 5 spot.
Very good point. Well, John,